Well, it's certainly been an interesting year. And like many of us, maybe you've been drinking more than usual and want to take a break. With Dry Feb, you can.
Why not challenge yourself to go dry in February to help raise funds for the Canadian Cancer Society?
Sign up for Dry Feb, and not only will you be helping people affected by cancer,
you can also reduce your risk of cancer.
Go as dry as you're willing to try this February. Sign up today. It's easier than you think.
Superior Adult Learning is looking for volunteers who want to make a difference in our community and help others reach their full potential. In only a few hours a week, you can help our learners achieve their goals and set them on a path towards a successful, independent future. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now. Shop local, dine local, listen local, love local. Small businesses in the Algoma area have been a huge part of our community. Now is the time to show our support for them. From local markets to retail stores, music venues, and restaurants. Small businesses make up the backbone of our community. So go on, embrace all they have to offer by shopping, dining, listening, and loving local. Visit ssmcoc.com to learn more or to join the Chamber today.
Have you been drinking more than usual?
Why not go dry this February? With Dry Feb, you'll
help people affected by cancer.
And you can also reduce your own risk.
Go as dry as you're willing to try. Sign up today. It's easier than you think.
First Local, supported by Maker North, 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes. Superior Adult Learning provides free one-on-one support to help you reach your goals. Improve your reading, writing, and math skills, become more independent, and increase your employability. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now.
It's Jake Moore, sports analyst, back in the On TV studios, letting you know that 705 Sports now has 2 shows a week. We still have the 705 Sports that airs every Friday at noon, but we've expanded to now have a show every Wednesday. 705 Sports Headlines will be a show that is much more condensed, that is very fast-paced, going over the main topics of the week in sports. 705 Sports on Fridays will still cover everything in sports in a full show format. This gives you a chance to really see what's going on in the sports world, whether you have a couple minutes or you got a half an hour. So make sure you join me, Dan Gray, on Fridays and multiple different guests every Wednesday, every Friday at noon, only on TV and Sioux Online's Facebook page.
Good morning. It's Wednesday.
It sure is.
What day is it? It's hump
It's snow day.
Woo!
It's a hump day, snow day.
Yeah, well,
Did you get out of your driveway okay today?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I have about 27 meters in my driveway. I get a lot of drifting in my driveway.
Well, despite the fact that I believe my car is front-wheel drive, like only the two. Yeah. I don't
So no
know. I've been
problems?
driving in these conditions for a long time. I learned to drive in sloppy gravel, so snow is really nothing to me.
Well, we have some more snow, a little bit of snow still coming later on this morning. The highway has been reopened, by the way. Highway
Yes.
17 North. It was closed last night because of two accidents, two serious accidents, actually. And so it just reopened a little while ago, but take caution because it's still blowy and snowy out there and poor visibility as well, so be cautious of that. I also have my lottery ticket here. Check my Lotto Max. I don't know if I should check it now or at the end of the show.
Let's do it now.
Do it now?
Yes.
Want to do it now? Okay.
We're going to front load the show, yes.
Let's
Gonna give it
check
all
it
up in the
out.
first 10
I have not
seconds.
checked this ticket yet. Using my OLG. Oh, better luck next time.
Oh, but we should have turned it up so we could hear the, the little...
The better luck next time.
Well,
Oh,
you know
well,
what?
I'm still working.
That's right.
Okay, well, I have some weather news to give you, and she's got some big news to give you, so take it away, Heidi.
All right, take it away, Heidi. Here we go. The city of Sault Ste. Marie has declared a significant weather event, right, in the area with respect to hazardous storm conditions continuing until further notice. Environment Canada supports that by issuing a weather advisory with heavy snowfall accumulations and blowing snow for Sault Ste. Marie. Going to be continuing through the day today, although Craig has suggested that it should be tapering off by this morning, so that remains to be seen. Hazardous travel conditions attached to that as well, so like Craig said, please do be careful, allow extra time, use your signals. Make sure you're leaving enough space to stop because your brakes may be fine. You might be using winter tires, but you still need time to stop. Public Works crews continue to work diligently during this event, but it may take longer than normal to ensure public safety and that the roadways, the sidewalks, the parking lots, and the transit bus stops meet normal maintenance standards. All right. So Public Works then continuing to monitor the weather and patrol the roadways and deploy all available crews to address any snow and ice accumulation. So in this time, when they declare the significant weather events, while the crews are working to kind of clean everything up and make it back up to what they said standard, everything should be considered to be in a state of repair. Drivers and pedestrians, once again, please do and use an appropriate level of caution when traveling during this event. What? Oh. Okay. Could you not talk to Craig? Well, you did. All right. Highway 17 North. So as Craig had said yesterday, there were unfortunately 2 collisions on Highway 17 North that did result in the closure. It was actually down to 1 lane near the Batchewana turnoff, and Agawa was completely closed. So preliminary information from the collision at Agawa Falls did sound particularly serious. The roadway was closed for the majority of the evening. So yeah, we do. So there it is. Yep, very serious fire. So OPP, East Algoma OPP did put, Northeast Communications of OPP did put a message out on social media, currently investigating serious motor vehicle collision near Agawa Bay, blocking the roadway. So in this moment, once again, as Craig had said, the highways have been reopened. We still haven't any word on the official cause of these collisions, nor of any injuries or anything like that. All right. So on a more positive note, we want to talk, of course, about the temporary housing that's being developed and the network of services that are being developed in the former Verde Hall. So Councillor Luc Dufour did issue a statement with regards to the implementation of shelter beds at the Verde on Queen Street West. So what he had said, and I like this quote, it's good to think of it as an ecosystem, because one intervention in any ecosystem then, it's going to help, okay? But he also understands that this is something that is going to be ongoing. There is no one step to fix it all. So I think that's a really great perspective. That's my opinion. So Sue Online was invited then for a tour of the facility by the DSAB CEO. There's a whole bunch of acronyms for you. The DSAB CEO, Mr. Mike Nadeau, last week. So Dan did attend. He was met there by Councillor Dufour, as well as Naomi Martel, who is the DSAB's homelessness coordinator. The facility in itself is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to those in need. It does consist of 28 beds with room upstairs as an overflow as required. The occupants and their needs obviously are will range, okay, from just requiring a place to stay to those who require more comprehensive, significant assistance. And this is, of course, coming from the coordinator, Naomi Martel. She also noted that feedback from the people who have accessed the services up until this point has been generally positive. What she had to say specifically is that even though we're a low barrier shelter, it doesn't mean that there aren't any barriers. So, they operate on a notion of continual accommodation. So she invites participants, people who access the service, that, if something isn't working, to do let them know so that they can, implement fixes, for a want of a better way of putting it, to make it more suited to their needs. She talks about working together very collaboratively with those who do require the service. So, a lot of conversations happening all the time. So definitely something that is evolving moment by moment. So an exciting development for those who find themselves without consistent shelter. She also noted that the individuals who have left the shelter to move on with, their lives day by day and are coming back as volunteers. So also a very positive development. Now, while the tour was being conducted, workers from various organizations could be seen in the facility, speaking with and trying to help the individuals who were inside. They also praised their work with the homelessness prevention team, which won an award back in 2019. So the process then, when you do show up at the Verde, homeless individuals, when arriving at the facility, so there is an intake process. Their bags are searched. However, if they don't want something checked, then it's simply taken and secured in a lock-up area with no questions asked. Medications are locked up, and they are encouraged, of course, not to use in the facility. However, the facility is stocked with over a dozen naloxone kits, and those are available if an issue occurs. There are over 500 meals per week provided by Harvest Algoma. They are handed out, and of course there is always somebody on site who's available to listen. So again, not a permanent solution. The location is temporary, but everyone hopes that its purpose in time will also fade. So again, working towards a more permanent fix, but in the short term, in this very cold January month that seems like it's going to go on for the rest of our lives, but won't, they are working towards a solution. So so we're going to continue to follow this as part of the series that we're doing on mental health and homelessness and addiction. So we will continue to feature stories about solutions, both official, more homegrown solutions, as well as any other issues that present within the community. All right. Now, speaking of issues, I have issue with the very, very dark, cold morning that I've just had to endure. So Craig, give me some good news.
Well, the good news is that most of this snow has moved towards the east. We just have to deal with some pretty strong winds from the west for the next couple of hours. That's going to be blowing this snow around. We're taking a live look at our camera, looking towards East Street, and you can see just how kind of the camera shakes every once in a while. That's from very strong gusty winds up to about 60 kilometers an hour from the west. Those are going to shift towards the north, and guess what that does? That brings cold air in, and our temperatures are going to be on the nose dive down this afternoon. We'll take a look at the 12-hour forecast, and We've already achieved our high, which was
good.
-1 actually. This morning we're right now sitting at around -2.
Okay.
Going down to -10 this afternoon, but with those winds, it's going to feel closer to -20. And look how cold we get tonight, -23. That's when the winds have diminished. So it's going to be a very cold night tonight. We're in for a cold day tomorrow and some sunny skies come Friday. I'll give you your complete 3-day forecast coming up. Heidi?
Well, I don't think that's quite what I asked for, Craig. Used to be that you would listen to me, but okay,
Sorry.
We're going to work on that. All right, we're also going to work on some words from our sponsors. I want to talk to you again about the fantastic family deals at the Esquire. All specials, $50, which are taxes in. Okay, you get your choice of 2 Big E burgers and fries, or 25 wings, or Esquire enormous nachos, or an I can't say this, quesadilla platter. And all of these specials include 6, count 'em 6, Molson tall boys. They also always, of course, feature their Friday porchetta party. So they're inviting everybody to pre-order your meal. So if you don't feel like cooking tonight, the Esquire is always a viable option. And as do so many businesses in our community, they need our support. So do pre-order your meal at 949-0250. Now for some words from Maker North, solving problems in the community. We also have, of course, Superior Adult Learning. So go fill your cup and come on back.
Shop local, dine local, listen local, love local. Small businesses in the Algoma area have been a huge part of our community. Now is the time to show our support for them. From local markets to retail stores, music venues, and restaurants. Small businesses make up the backbone of our community. So go on, embrace all they have to offer by shopping, dining, listening, and loving local. Visit ssmcoc.com to learn more or to join the Chamber today.
Superior Adult Learning provides free one-on-one support to help you reach your goals. Improve your reading, writing, and math skills, become more independent, and increase your employability. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now. Good morning and welcome back to this frosty, fiery, angry-making hump day, Wednesday, January the 19th. I don't know if I'd hit on that, but it is the 19th. So yes, 12 days until the end of this month, and then we can creep ever so slightly into February and that much closer to spring. I'm really grateful for the people on Facebook who are counting down the days, some counting hours, some counting minutes as well, until spring. You know, it keeps us hopeful. All right, speaking of hopeful, a little bit of good news in terms of local COVID numbers. So yesterday, Algoma Public Health did report 44 new cases, breaking down by region: 29 to Sault Ste. Marie and area, 3 to Central and East Algoma, 3 to Elliott Lake and area, and then 9 from North Algoma. Are there more than 9? Okay. Anyway, 9 from North Algoma. However, I want to let you know that the number of active cases has decreased by 42. So that brings us to a total of 560, which is down from the 602 that I brought to you yesterday. Provincially, provincially a little bit not quite as positive, but Ontario did report a record number of COVID-19 hospitalizations, and Doug Ford said residents, however, can expect
positive news this week about loosening current pandemic restrictions. So fingers crossed that we can start going back to restaurants, etc. So specifically, there are 4,183 COVID-19 patients in hospital across the province, which is up from the 3,887 that I brought to you yesterday and the 3,220 that was reported a week ago. So our health minister, Christine Elliott, says that 53.5% of patients were admitted to the hospital for COVID-19. Remember, they're really making a distinction now between people who are admitted as a result of COVID-19 as compared to those, and that number is 46.5% were admitted to the hospital for other reasons, but then did subsequently test positive. Let me see here, that's just a note. So of those in hospital, 580 are in intensive care compared to 477 a week ago, and 337 ICU patients are breathing with the help of a ventilator. So over 82% of ICU patients were admitted to hospitals for the virus, and 17.9 once again admitted for other reasons, but then subsequently did test positive. Okay, so there that is. Done. Business taken care of. So let's talk about, what do we want to talk about now? What's that? Yeah, emergency on the river, sure. So some people the day before yesterday did observe some activity on the St. Mary's River, and it involved a piece of equipment that isn't very commonly seen in our region. So, and this had to do in the area of the Pine Street Marina. One reader did reach out to Sue online to inquire, hey, what's going on down there? Is there some sort of an emergency situation? So, of course, we deployed our very own Dan Gray to attend the scene promptly and to document this piece of equipment, which is thankfully not often called into action. So we had firefighters, which were presumably from Station 1, where the water rescue number 1 is housed. It could be seen working with the vessel, and it was a training session. So now, we had brought you coverage in the summertime suggesting that we don't have emergency vessels within our community to attend emergency situations, except during the winter. So we are about 2 months into the mandated time during which firefighters can use this vessel. Firefighters, so obviously, you know, you want to get out there, refresh your skills in unloading, maneuvering, and getting the boat in and out of small water holes far offshore on the river. So obviously, these skills are necessary in case someone were to fall into the river during this time of year. So this is actually the first instance in which Sue Online has heard of the training this year. Now, there are 4 separate crews on duty in a week, so it's likely that this particular piece of equipment will be witnessed again and again as the other crews refresh their skills and participate in training to bring them, you know, back up to a level of competency that would make them feel good about using it as required. Okay, we are going to take a break from the melodic tones of my voice and hop back over into Craig's world for more information on the weather. Yes.
Well, Heidi, right now we're looking at around 15 to 20 centimeters that fell during the overnight. So if you're just waking up and taking a look outside, you have a shovel job to do. Plus some colder temperatures coming in later on today. Actually, we're seeing our temperatures dive now. And this was going on. We have a strong westerly push, pushing all that snow that came in last night. That's moving off towards the east and the northeast. The winds right now, again, are from the west. They're going to shift towards the north later on this afternoon, bringing in some very cold temperatures. We're going to see our temperatures drop by about 2 degrees per hour this afternoon. Let's take a look at the radar and we'll show you where the snow is right now. We have a little bit of snow activity just to the north. We have some streamers setting up on the UP. That's because the winds are going to be shifting towards the north and pushing all that lake effect towards the UP. Meanwhile, we're going to see mainly cloudy conditions, maybe in a few peaks of sun, but cold temperatures coming in. Let's take a look now at our temperature board. We've already achieved our Daytime high today of +1. We did that at 5 o'clock this morning. We're on our way down. Most of the day we're looking at -6, but then it's going to be dropping very quickly during the afternoon. -18 in Wawa, -18 in Timmins. Very cold air up there, and that's coming this way. So this is what we look like on the board for today. We have this low pressure system. Again, that's all moving off towards the northeast. And then we're going to have this high pressure system build in. That's going to give us a nice day for most of our day on Thursday and definitely into Friday, where we're going to see sunny skies. We're going to see a mix of sun and cloud tomorrow as that high pushes in. We're going to see some lake effect cloud from it, but very cold temperatures for our day tomorrow, where we're looking at daytime highs around -16. So this is what we look like for the next 3 days. The winds are going to shift again towards the north. They're also going to decrease during the day as well. Right now we're looking at 50 to 60 kilometer gusts of winds blowing all that snow around, so there's some pretty high drifts developing as well. Temperatures, as I said, it was -1 at 5 o'clock this morning. We're on our way down. -16 for your high tomorrow, and then we rebound slightly on Friday with some sunny skies and temperatures almost trying to get back up to seasonal at -9. We have another roller coaster ride coming this weekend. We have another system or two we're watching. I'll give you all those details on the 7-day. Heidi?
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I have to be very, very honest. I'm a little bit done with the weather. I'm one of those who invites the snow and the cold for about 2 weeks prior to and leading up to Christmas. And then, you know what? I'd be fine if it hung around for, even just a couple of weeks. I'd even give it 3 weeks after New Year's Eve, but then it better clear out quickly. So anyway, we're going to check in with our sponsors once again. When we do come back, and I invite you to come back, I'm going to talk to you about the mill market because it might be on the move once again. It could cost taxpayers millions. I have some cool factoids, as always. Bia Fiormenti from the Alzheimer's Society has some information about a fundraiser happening tomorrow. So come on in. Ooh, and if you're a business owner, I got information on some rebates that you might be interested in. So go fill your cup and come on back. First Local, supported by Maker North, 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes. Superior Adult Learning is looking for volunteers who want to make a difference in our community and help others reach their full potential. In only a few hours a week, you can help our learners achieve their goals and set them on a path towards a successful, independent future. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now. Good morning and welcome back. You know what? If you still haven't put in your comment for social media and you want to interact, do so. I love to hear from new people. I love to hear from our existing viewers. So let's get some chat happening. All right. So I was talking to you about the mill market. I actually was at the mill market on Saturday. Always an exciting place to be. I love to see a collective of, entrepreneurial, forward-thinking individuals putting themselves out there and selling their wares. So, always time well spent. Now, What has come to light is that the City of Sault Ste. Marie has purchased, which is probably not news to some, 73 Brock Street with a plan for it to become the new home of the Mill Market once significant renovations have been completed. Now, during past council meetings, the cost of what the renovation could mean to taxpayers has always been relatively downplayed by city staff, pending approval, of course, of multiple funding applications, which, when put into play, obviously will tell the tale as to what the dollar value will be as for the taxpayers. Now, according to a message put out by the Mill Market manager, Robert Pryor, those applications are in flux, waiting for information, waiting for approval. So the funding applications ask for over $3 million from various levels of government towards the project. So the biggest ask then is put towards the Green and Inclusive Community Building Program with Infrastructure Canada. The ask there is $1.75 million. Secondly, we have FedNor Community Revitalization for $750,000, the Northern Ontario Heritage Corporation $450,000, the Rural Economic Development Program $250,000, the City Community Development Fund with no price tag or no information on the financial ask there, and the Mill Market itself kicking in $40,000. Now, according to Director Errol Caldwell, there are contingency plans in place, particularly should the largest of the funding applications not get approved. His quote says that, to date, none of these funding applications have been approved, with the exception of the Mill Market's contribution. The federal GICB request, being the largest, is the most critical to achieving success with the others. And this is stated by Caldwell in a letter to the vendors that currently operate within the location. So if that funding request then is not approved, then we will be asking City Council approval for a significant increase in the city's contribution to what will likely be a scaled back renovation. So should it come to Council for approval, then once again, the renovations which have been labeled as significant will be scaled back. So they're hoping, obviously, to receive some positive feedback soon, but as with any application, sometimes it can be a lengthy wait. So a number of vendors, Caldwell continued, a number of vendors have expressed the view that obviously some people would prefer to remain in the current location. They talk about, customers are familiar with the location. There's a lot of parking there. They're already set up. There are other considerations. And again, this is attributed to Errol Caldwell. The city still intends to sell the property as part of the Canal District. However, there are no immediate buyers at present, and hence so the Mill Market itself is not expected to move for the foreseeable future. Now, the reasons supporting this project, of course, are listed from number 1 through number 8. I will not go into all of them in this moment, inviting you instead to go to our website at SiouxOnline.com to have a look and read for yourself. Certainly a lot of, worthy arguments, in my opinion, so it'll be interesting to see if the funding gets approved and to watch the development of our Mill Market. A lot of, again, a lot of great reasons for it to happen. So, okay. Pardon? So bossy, so bossy. I'm not allowed to talk to you business owners about the rebate program, but that's on the website. It can help you with your energy costs as well as other expenses of operating during this time of ongoing restrictions and closures. And now I'll go on to raising the dough. All right. So Thursday, January 27th, oh, my mistake. I thought they meant tomorrow, but they're talking about Thursday, January the 27th. You can support your local Alzheimer's Society by ordering the dough raising special at both Domino's locations here in the Soo. Each dough raising special is a delicious combination of large 2-topping pizza, cheesy bread, and Cinnasticks. Cinnasticks, yes, for you to enjoy for only $22.99. So you are invited to use the offer code DR when you order, and $5 from each special will then be donated to the Alzheimer's Society of Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma District, and the offer will be available all day. So funds support local programs such as education, support and counseling, recreation therapy, Minds in Motion program, as well as the Adult Day program. So the Alzheimer's Society is looking to raise
over $400,000 a year to maintain these services. So go out and support our local chapter of the Alzheimer's Society. Okay. You're going to switch the camera? What?
What do you want to do next?
I thought we were going to social. He's just toying with me.
Yeah, go to social media.
What if I decide not to talk anymore? Then what?
Then I guess I gotta talk.
I go to Craig now.
All right, there's the camera.
By the way, just before we get into social media, as you
Yes.
know, I did not win the 22 million,
Okay.
but someone in Ontario did. OLG just issued a release saying the ticket was won in Ontario. It doesn't say where, so check your tickets. You could be a multi-millionaire.
It's my ticket.
So somebody in Ontario is out there spending my money. Well, maybe not yet.
Yeah,
but-
did you check your ticket? Or do you have a ticket? You don't have a ticket.
She didn't buy anything.
You're not going to win, Heidi, if you don't buy a ticket.
It's hard for me to
I'd
participate.
share a little bit if I won. But
Well, and I would share as well, but I mean, no, that's not the reason, Mike. I'm one of those personalities that starts blithely, mentally spending the money before they make the draw. So obviously attached to that is crushing disappointment when I determine that I am not the winner. So, buy the ticket, be crushed. Don't buy the ticket, still be crushed. I
Yeah.
don't know. Okay.
hey, one day.
Yes, one day. So many things will happen one day. All right, in the meantime, today we have social media. We have Jim Whitty beating everybody to the punch. Top of the morning, he says. Top of the morning to you, Whitty, Jim Whitty. Mark Jordan, GM all. Good morning, Mark Jordan. How are you today? Margaret McKegg says, good morning all. Good morning to you, Margaret.
Hey, Margaret.
Allie and Ron, of course, usually Allie. She says, good morning. Good morning, Allie.
Regular viewer.
Yep. Jim Whitty says, be careful and make sure that your car does not become a deposit in a snowbank. Yes, there's been a lot of snowbank action lately. Obviously my car. Yes. Okay, Enika, good morning all. Happy hump day. She offers up 3 cups of coffee, which would be
Great.
so appreciated because
Mine
we're
gone, too.
pretty much done. Happy hump day. Here's a new viewer. Jessica Medor. Very cool spelling, Jessica. Is that really how you spell your name? That's fantastic. We got Jessaka. Cool.
Hello.
Yes, well, welcome and thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. She says good morning with a coffee cup and some smiles. Good morning to you. Bradley, good morning. Happy hump day. That remains to be seen, although in this moment, cautious optimism
Happy
seems
shovel
to be.
day.
Yeah, right? Okay, Michelle Acchiavati, new viewer, at least new to me. Hello, Michelle, and she's got a fantabulous look at
Good morning.
she's like co-hosting with us. Here we go. I'll just move over so she can be between us. She's like, "Good morning, yay! Our new host, yay!" All right, thank you for watching, Michelle, and thank you for that fun emoticon.
Sure, graphic.
That graphic is fantastic. Jim Whitty greeting Brad. Joanne Burmaster says morning.
Morning.
Steve, yes, good morning. Oh, and I want that cup of coffee too. Steve Childs, GMA, HYHAGD. Good morning, all. Hope you all have a great day with the sun coming up between 2 great huge tracts of land. Rocking the horns. Yes, Steve. You've not been around lately. I don't know. Did you end up in Facebook jail again? You told me once that happens sometimes. They can be so uniquely humorless. Okay.
Yes.
Barbie Doll says, good morning, all. Hard not to go with that rhyme when it's presented so pointedly. Kimberly says, good morning, all.
Good morning.
With a smile, a snowflake, and 2 dogs. She does have 2 dogs, and they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
I love dog people.
Yes. Kathy Boren says, hey, happy hump day. Another rhyme for me. Nice. Happy hump day to you, Kathy. Stay warm. Sue your hair looks terrific today, Heidi.
That's-
Was that you? I was fretting in between, because it's... Thank you, Craig. Thank you. I mean, your hair always looks fantastic. So,
Jim Whitty, so does yours, Craig. Oh my gosh. Joseph Bertrand, lots of police at the corner of Albert and East Street. Many emergency police present at 8 a.m. Dan, are you on that? Okay. Thank you for the tip, Joseph. We will deploy Dan immediately, if he's not already there, because, yeah, he's usually pretty spot on with these things. Sabra's watching. Hello, Sabra. Good morning. Another great day of cardio with all this shoveling. Yes, well, and there's the positive, right? You know, get out there and get your heart working. And a greeting from Team Jen at driver's seat. Stay warm and drive safe, y'all. Yes, yes.
It can get tricky out there with the blowing snow and whatnot.
It certainly can. It certainly can. Mark Jordan, great driving, bringing the kiddos to school. And again, the son with the great huge Traxalan. He said, but father, I don't want great Traxalan. oh, my Monty Python fans, you'll know what I'm talking about. Jen Buchan says, happy hump day, everyone. Happy hump day to you, Jen. Helene Savoy says, good morning and have a wonderful day. You as well, Helene, have a wonderful day. And rounding it out then with another comment from Mark Jordan. Oh, and then somebody snuck one in under the wire. Mark Jordan says, good morning. I think we covered this ground, but good morning, Mark Jordan. I think I said, how are you?
Yes.
So, and then Steph Swanson rounding it out with good morning. I like talking to you people in the morning. I was kind of dragging my butt around, but you know, y'all have perked me up.
Oh.
Yes, now we're going to the 7 day.
Now we're going to the 7 day. I guess I have to rush this because, hey, look at that sun. That looks nice for Friday. Temperature's a little cold though. We're going to stay with the colder temperatures, below seasonal, at least for the month of January. I can tell you that right now. But we do see a nice warm-up coming for February. And when I say warm-up, I don't mean 30-degree temperatures, Heidi. I mean back to seasonal temperatures, maybe above seasonal. But for this week, we do watch a system on Saturday and another system coming in early next week that could give us more snow.
I want the summer back. It was such a great summer.
Hey, just 2 more months. 2 more months, and we're done with winter. The worst of it's over.
I want the summer. All right, that's all we have for you today. So we look forward to speaking with you again tomorrow, one day closer to the goal, that is Friday. And once again, I've pushed beyond the limits of 8:30, so congratulations on those of you who stayed with us right to the end. We'll see you tomorrow.
It's Jake Moore, sports analyst, back in the On TV studios, letting you know that 705 Sports now has 2 shows a week. We still have the 705 Sports that airs every Friday at noon, but we've expanded to now have a show every Wednesday. 705 Sports Headlines will be a show that is much more condensed, that is very fast-paced, going over the main topics of the week in sports. 705 Sports on Fridays will still cover everything in sports in a full show format. This gives you a chance to really see what's going on in the sports world, whether you have a couple minutes or you got a half an hour. So make sure you join me, Dan Gray, on Fridays and multiple different guests every Wednesday, every Friday at noon, only on TV and Sioux Online's Facebook page.
École publique Éco des Rapides, a place where your child can learn, grow, and be happy. Discover why more and more families are choosing École publique Éco des Rapides for their child. Register your child January 17th to the 21st at epedr.cspg